When it's moonlight on my cabin, I'll be waiting. When it's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there. For I know there is someone patiently waiting. When it's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there. We'd like to say hello to all you TV viewers out there. This is Joe Springall, yours truly, Clayton Souliere on the mandolin, and we'll be playing for the next half hour of all your old country favorites. We'll be doing some pickin', grinnin', and singing. When it's moonlight on my cabin, I'll be waiting. When it's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there. For I know there is someone patiently waiting. When it's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there. Well, Clayton, what do you think? We're back here again having a good time. We've got a lot of people out there watching us today, and I think we'll have a beautiful time with all those old favorites. You know, we're going to go back to the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, and of course...
I wasn't born then, Joe.
You weren't born then, eh?
No.
Well, that's too bad. You know, you do look as young as you were 10 years ago.
You're going to say
maybe
that.
20 years. Anyway, you know, country songs are tearjerkers.
They are.
You know, they
right.
told us stories about all their love life, their loves lost, and all the rest of it. And we'd like you to sit back and really enjoy what we're going to do today. You know, they're like soap operas. You know, I do believe that the writers of soap operas must have got their material from country songs of a way back. Because as you listen to these songs today, you'll see what I mean. First of all, let's hit one that you really can pick out. I'll do the grinning, you do the picking of Rubber Dolly. What do you say we do that? Key of A. She would buy me a rubber dolly, but someone told her I kissed a fella, how she wouldn't buy me no rubber dolly. At a Pickin place. Be goody, but she would buy me a rubber dolly. But someone told her I kissed a soldier, she won't buy me no rubber dolly. Hey! Great, great, Rubber Dolly. Boy,
Rubber
that's
Dolly.
an old... I made a few notes here, Clayton, about mandolin and guitars. You know, there was a lot of great duos. Two guys would get together back years ago. Mandolin and guitar were one of the favorites.
That's right.
You remember some of them. Who was a...
Well, Lonzo and Oscar.
Lonzo and
But
Oscar, I
there's one thing
remember him.
I gotta say right away, Joe. I had problems with my mandolin right away as I was to come on the show. This belongs to Frederick. Yeah,
Frederick.
Stephen Frederick, my son.
Oh,
I know
he plays mandolin as well.
He's watching me like a hawk that I don't lay it down and all that.
You don't scratch it up.
Don't scratch
Well,
it.
we'll take care of it for him today.
Okay.
I'm sure we will. You know, Jimmy Martin and his brother was a great bluegrass group.
They were, that's
And
right.
you remember Bill Monroe?
Bill Monroe.
And
the
his
father.
famous tune, Blue Moon of Kentucky.
Kentucky,
Remember
that's it.
He's got that high,
Yeah.
thrilly voice, and he used to sing
That's
Blue Moon
right.
of Kentucky. And you know, tunes like Foggy Mountain Breakdown and Rolling in My Sweet Baby's Arms,
that's
all good
right.
bluegrass stuff. And you know, off that mandolin and my guitar, maybe together we can do a little bit of It Takes a Worried Man. What do you think of that one, Clayton?
Well, okay.
Takes a Worried Man. Key of A for that one. Hey! It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now.
my time and I'll get back. I'll take another life.
It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. I'm worried now, but I won't be worried long. Boy, that was a great one. You know, Clayt, I have an old book here. I was digging up in all my old stuff at home, and I come across this Hillbilly and Cowboy Hit Parade. Do you remember those books came out in those days?
Yeah, that's
and they had all the old tunes, and there's photographs. There's one of Hank Williams. Everybody remembers old Hank Williams. That's an old shot of him. And it has all this old stuff that everybody would like to hear.
He didn't live too long, did he?
No,
Joe?
Hank Williams actually, he had an unfortunate love life. His wife, he had problems, and he wrote all his songs about how he was going to eventually get her to come back to him, and she never did. But anyway, at 29 years old, he was born in 19, well, whatever. He died in 1951, if you can figure that one out. Yeah. And he was only 29 years old. And he wrote some great songs, Your Cheating Heart, and all those songs. But anyway, getting back to my little old book here, I got one here that I'd like to refer to the words a little bit because the old memory is not quite as good as it used to be. But anyway, we're going to do this one especially for all you people that remember way back. Cowboy Jack.
Cowboy Jack.
Cowboy. You remember that story about Cowboy Jack?
Yeah, I was a tearjerker.
Oh, well, just listen to the story, and if that doesn't indicate some of the soap operas that are going on today, I'm telling you.
Jason, get me a handkerchief because I'm going to cry.
No, you're not.
Okay.
TV there. He was just a lonely cowboy with a heart so brave and true, and he learned to love a maiden with eyes of heavenly blue. They had learned to love each other and named their wedding day when a quarrel came between them and Jackie rode away. Then one night when work was finished and his mind it wandered back, someone said, "Come sing a song, Jack. It will take your cares away." Say, should we go on with this, Clayton?
We should.
This story can bring tears to your eyes.
It can.
But then again, on the other hand, it can bring good feelings, because maybe this is the way a lot of people...
It could bring more than tears to your eyes. Because if you ever get on an airplane and you got a pal on there, it's named Jack, don't wave to him and say, "Hi, Jack," because they'll take you right off that plane.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
My God, I never thought of that. When Jack began his singing, then his mind it wandered back, for he sang of his dear maiden who hath waited for her Jack. Jack had left in the morning as he breathed his sweetheart's name. I'll go back and ask forgiveness, for I know that I'm to blame. I don't know if I should do the last line or not.
Well, what
but
happened?
It tells
I'm interested.
You're still waiting to hear what happened?
Waiting to see what happened.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Let's hear what happened. Oh, but when he reached the prairie, there he found a new-made mound, and his friends, they sadly told him they'd laid his loved one down. You know what?
Yeah.
She died. She died.
Maybe it's just as well.
Well, I don't know, but you know, those are the stories that you hear coming out of country music, though. You know, some of them are sad, some of them are happy. I mean, like, I don't know, the next tune coming out. I dug up an old book of mine, you know, I had around for years. Look at that thing, it's all shattered and torn. Clayton, you and I have sat together at parties and at dances, and I've opened this book, and oh yeah, look at it, look at it. But it's got all the old ones, more and more. I'm thinking tonight of my Blue Eyes. Maybe we'll put that on the program later on. Hey, Good Looking.
There's a good old Hank.
Hey, Good Looking.
Yeah.
These and oh, there's really old one. Big Bad John, Detour. Here's a note, loose page. What have we got on? Oh, here's one, Clayt. How about, do you remember some of the people that got together? There was the Everly Brothers. Remember the Everly Brothers?
Yeah.
A great duet. And they sang some of them great.
Yeah,
and I think that the Everly Brothers, who were right on the heels of Hank Williams and those guys, really started that harmonizing thing that went on and on.
They started a big thing.
And one of their favorites, and I got it right here, and I'm going to kind of glance down at it. It's called "Bye Bye Love." You remember in the key of D?
Okay.
There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till you walked in. Goodbye to romance that might have been. Bye bye love, bye bye happiness. Hello emptiness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye bye my love, goodbye. Oh, pick it out, boy. I'm free from romance, I'm through with love, I'm through with having that girl above. And here's a reason that I'm free. My loving baby is through with me. Bye bye love, bye bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye bye my love, goodbye. Bye bye my love, goodbye. No, we're not saying goodbye to everybody. We're just playing that wonderful tune of Bye Bye Love. You know, good harmony, Clayt, is important in any kind of music.
It's the key.
You gotta be in. But you know, there's a lot of people who are lonely today out there, and we're not going to dwell on anybody that's lonely, but we're going to try and make them feel a little better today. And we've all experienced loneliness. You know, in our lives, we've lost a sweetheart from a quarrel, or we lost a friend through some words. We said the wrong word. Or sometime deaths can take a loved one. We're not going to dwell on that. We're here to have a good time. But anyway, you do a nice tune called Have You Ever Been Lonely? And we'd like to send this out to all the people out there that might have been lonely, are happy now. And you listen to the words of the story, and Clayt just going to sing this one along just wonderfully. And let's hear it in the key of A there, Clayty boy.
Have you ever been lonely? Have you ever been blue? Have you ever loved someone just as I love you? Can you see I'm sorry for each mistake I've made? Can you see I've changed you? Can you see I've paid? Be a little forgiven. Take me back in your arms. How can I go on living when we're so far apart? If you knew what I've been through, you would know why I ask you. Have you ever been lonely? Have you ever been blue?
You know why you got your guitar there, Clayt? There's some more good tunes that you can do well, and I've heard you do this one. As I said before, country songs tell stories. And there was Green, Green Grass a Home. You wonder, well, what's the story behind Green, Green Grass a Home? I don't know if you listeners or people watching here realize it, but that was written by a chap in prison who was sentenced to be hung, believe it or not. And he laid in bed that night, the day before the happening, and he thought about and dreamt about all the things that he would be going back to. And of course, he'd be going back home, and they'd lay him neat the green, green grass at home, and he'd see his golden-haired sweetheart and all this sort of thing. So that's what I mean about telling a song. And of course, you all remember Lucille.
Yeah.
Ah, that was a bad marriage right there. She wanted to get out to the good life, and he wanted her to stay on the farm with all the kids. So you can see the stories that are told with all this country music. Mac Wiseman, and by the way, do you know Mac Wiseman married a girl from Brantford?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
I remember that way back. He was a great bluegrass singer, and he had one, I wonder how the old folks are at home. And we're going to ask Clayt to play this one. You're going to use your mandolin on this, Clayt,
Yeah.
and see what we can. Can you get her up there?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. And key of A, we'll just listen to the story behind this one. Key of A. Wonder how the old folks are at home.
Yeah, wonder how the old folks are at home. I wonder if they miss me when I'm gone. I wonder if they pray while the boy who is away and left his dear old parents all alone. You can hear the cattle lowing in the rain. You can see the field of new grass when I'm gone. Oh, you can hear them sigh as they kiss the boys goodbye. I wonder how the old folks are at home.
Take it out, Clayt. You do the picking and I'll do the grinning. Hey!
Yeah, I wonder how the old folks are at home. I wonder if they miss me when I'm gone. I wonder if they pray while the boy who is away and left his dear old parents all alone. You can hear the cattle lowing in the lane. You can see the field of new grass when I'm gone. Oh, you can hear them
Mac
sigh
Wiseman.
as they kiss the boys goodbye. I wonder how the old folks are at home.
Hey!
I wonder how the old folks are at home.
And there's a story where a boy left his mother, the mother's love, and then wished he would come back home and wondered, sat there and wondered how they were doing. And they were doing all right, you know. You know, gospel music was a great part of country music. And of course, it all started way back with the duos and the trios, and they were all doing country music, and they all did the gospel hymns. And some of the greatest gospel hymns came along, and one of my favorites was Just a Closer Walk with Thee. And you know, that is sung in a lot of the churches today still, and a lot of people sit at home at the campfire, or at the open fire, and they sing some of these great songs. So let's do a little bit of Just a Closer Walk with Thee. What do you think? I'm weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to Thee. just a closer walk with thee. Grant it, Jesus, it's my plea. Daily walking close to thee, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Well, pick a bit there. Daily walking close to thee, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. When my feeble life is o'er, time for me will be no more. Guide me gently, safely o'er to my King, from shore to my shore. Join us out there in this singing of the chorus. Just a closer walk with thee. Blessed Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. You know, actually, it almost looks like a little revival meeting, but you know, all singing, music came from the man upstairs for everybody to enjoy. I know I've said that before, and I mean it, that the beautiful talent you have, nobody sat there and plugged something into you and said, now play the mandolin. You had that talent right the day you were born. Now, I'd like to bet, Clayton, that just the day you were born, you even thought about playing music.
Well, my father did stand over me with a big stick.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He wasn't that bad, was it? Anyway, you know, you have other talents too, and after that wonderful hymn, I have a little note here. Make sure you have Clayton yodel. And Clayton does do a nice job of the yodeling, and we're going to ask him to come along and do some of that trick vocal control that yodeling takes precedence in. There was Wilf Carter, one of the finest yodelers around, and he done some great stuff. And we're going to ask Clayton to do one of Wilf Carter's, what was the name of that one?
There's a love knot in my lariat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
incidentally, Wilf is going on 85 years old.
Is that
and I hope
right?
I can follow in his footsteps.
Oh, I'm sure you can. Okay.
Oh, there's a love knot in my lariat, and it's waiting for my blue-eyed gal, you bet. When I swing my old lasso, you can hear below too. There's a love knot in my lariat. I did I'll be thinking of you by the sunset time, when we cut across the great divide. There I'll swing my lariat, it brings me back to one I can't forget. Oh, there's a love knot in my lariat, and it's waiting for my blue-eyed gal, you bet. When I swing my old lasso, you can hear me low. There's a love knot in my lariat. I did.
I once tried it, and I don't, something got caught back in here, and I never tried it anymore. But
well,
I think
they always call Frenchmen frogs. I think that's what I tried
not
to swallow.
really. I don't think that's true. Anyway, we're going to go on with the show here, and I'd like to take a minute and dedicate a real old song to all you folks that are still in love. It's a George Jones favorite, and I'd like to do it for a special friend of mine, and it's called Walk Through This World With Me. Walk through this world with me, go where I go, share all my dreams with me, I need you so. In life we search, and some of us find. I've looked for you a long, long time, and now that I've found you, new horizons I see. Come take my hand and walk through this world with me. Want to pick a bit, Clayton, boy? And now that I found you, new horizons I see. Come take my hand and walk through this world with me. Yes, come take my hand and walk through this world with me. We'd like to thank you very much for coming in and watching us here today. We've had a great time doing all the old tunes. We hope you've enjoyed them, and you will just get a phone call to the TV station and tell them how much you've enjoyed the old country music. And we may be back again. One more time.
When you live in the country, everybody is your neighbor. On this one thing you can't rely. They all come see you and never ever leave you, saying you'll come see us by and by. Y'all come,
Y'all come,
y'all come,
y'all come.
now you all come see us when you can. Y'all come,
Y'all come,
y'all come,
y'all come.
now you all come see us now and then.
Yes, for the next half hour, you're going to be watching Clayton Souliere and yours truly, Joe Springall, doing Pickin, Singin, and Grinnin, and all that good old stuff that we enjoy doing. Give us another chorus, y'all come there, Clayton.
Grandma's wishing they'd come to the kitchen and help do the dishes right away. But they all start leaving, even though Grandma's grieving, and here's what you'll hear them say. Y'all come,
Y'all come,
y'all come.
y'all come.
Now you all come see us when you can. Y'all come,
Y'all come,
y'all come.
y'all come.
Now you all come see us now and then.
The old mandolin and the guitar are really a-rolling today. We thought we'd come back and play some more music for you folks. You've been so good to phone the TV station and said, let's have those two guys back again. What was their names? Clayton and Joe. And let's have some more of that old country music that we all enjoy so well. And you know, favorite singers back then, Hank Williams. You remember Hank Williams?
Yeah.
You do you ever. And you used to sing all these songs, I did. And we used to have that show on the local radio station, and we enjoyed playing back in those. That's going way back.
It was
back
down in
the
Coburn
60s.
Street then.
Oh, yeah. Did you know Hank Williams was one of the best country singers and songwriters, and a lot of his tunes are still around. One that he done, Clayt, that I think you do well is called You Win Again. So let's have that one in the key of E there. Let's do it, boy.
The news is out all over town that you've been seen running around. I know that I should leave, but things I just can't go. You have no heart, you have no shame. You take to love and give the blame. I guess that I will not complain. What can I do? You win again. What can I do? You win again.
You Win Again, old Hank Williams. By golly, you know, he's done a lot of stuff, and he used to, he yodeled a bit. You know Hank Williams did a bit of yodeling?
Yes, he did.
And I know you yodeled, Clayt, and I was trying to yodel a little bit. He went, yodeling, yodel.
Yes.
See, I was practicing. How's that sound?
He had that old mournful yodel.
Yeah, he did. I went down to the river to watch the fish swim by. And he jumped in the river. You know, those songs all do it, eh? He also was known as Luke the Drifter.
Yeah, that's right.
And he did songs that told a good story. A lot of them were, again, the sad stuff about the slavery and everything away down in the South. But he also did some humorous stuff. And you know, a lot of the farmers down there are having problems with their crops down in Tilsonburg, where all that tobacco's grown.
Yeah.
Do they still cry that they don't make any money down there? I don't know. But, you know, Luke the Drifter did one, and it certainly tells a story about a guy, an old farmer that's really in trouble. And it's called Everything's Okay. I want you to listen very closely to all the words in this song, and this fella has a problem. But anyway, here it goes. I went to the country just the other day, see my Uncle Bill, so to pass the time away. I asked him how he'd been, so the last to pass his way. He rubs his chin, and here's what he had to say. My wife's been sick, the young'uns too, and I'm darn near down with the flu. The cow's gone dry, and the hens won't lay. We're still a-living, so everything's okay. The hogs took the colic, the old un died. The bees got mad and they left the hive. The weasels got the corn and the rain rotted the hay. We're still a-living, so everything's okay. Porch rotted down, that's more expense. The darn old mule, he tore down the fence. My mortgage is due and I can't pay. We're still a-living, so everything's okay. The cow broke into the field and eat up the beans. The darn rabbits, they got the turnip greens. and my ma-in-law just moved in to stay.
We're still living.
Everything's okay. My land's so poor, so dry and yeller, you gotta sit on a sack of fertilizer to raise an umbrella. And it rains out here nearly every day. We're still a-living, so everything's okay. The well's gone dry. I have to tote the water up from the spring about 1.25 miles. My helper, he quit for the lack of pay. We're still a-living, so everything's okay. You know, this story goes on, you know, and some of these farmers think they have a lot of troubles, but just think of the troubles this guy had. The house, it leaks. It needs a new top. When it rains, it wets everything we got. The chimney fell down just yesterday. We're still a-living, so everything's okay. Cornmeal's gone and the meat's run out. Got nothing to kill to put in the smokehouse. The preacher's coming Sunday to spend the day. We're still a-living, so everything's okay. Canned stuff spoiled, half the jars got broke, and all we got left is one old billy goat. We're gonna have a new baby about the middle of May. We're still a-living, so everything's okay. Boy, he's got troubles, ain't he? My crop, it rotted in the ground. I asked for another loan, but the banker turned me down. We're still a-living and we're praying for better days. And after all, we're in pretty good shape.
That's right.
Yeah.
And John Miller, remember this. We had a lot of trouble with your tobacco, but that's not bad. We're still living and we're okay.
We're still a-living, so everything's okay. A lot of people have troubles, problems, but you know, if they are still a-living and got their health, they're really doing okay. Don't you agree?
That's right.
Clayton? I have a little note here, and Hank Williams also did some beautiful gospel tunes, numbers that we all enjoyed listening to, and I think he wrote one of the greatest gospel songs in I Saw the Light. I watched Roy Acuff do that one down at the Grand Ole Opry, and he done a beautiful job. Poor old Roy has gone upstairs now, and he's a-watching us, and let's do a good job of I Saw the Light in the key of E there, Clayton. I wandered so aimless, life filled with sin. I wouldn't let my dear Savior in. Then Jesus came like a Savior in the night. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more light. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Give me a little Pickin there, boy. I'll do the grinning, you do the picking. Just like a blind man, I wandered alone. Worry and sorrow had for my own. And like a blind man that God gave back his sight. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light. That's a beautiful gospel song. And you know, just about every country singer going has done that one, and
that's right.
Beautiful. It tells a wonderful story. You know, and it was a million seller for Hank. He made a lot of money on that one.
You know, I got a little note here. I'd like to share a country song that I learned from my mother 50 years ago. And I'm sure that you know the one, The Rain is Cold and Slowly Falling.
Yeah,
Remember that
song,
tune?
yeah.
And, you know, we had an old Victor gramophone. You know the ones you crank up, and you had those round records that went on like this. And it was a wonderful tune, or gramophone, I should say. The Carter Family. We had a lot of songs of theirs. And this was one that was my favorite, and we played it many times. So let's try a little bit of The Rain is Cold and Slowing, the key of A there. Tonight I'm sad, my head is weary, wondering if I'm wrong or right, to dream about you though you left me. I wonder where you are tonight. The rain is cold and slowly falling upon my window pane tonight. And though your love is even colder, I wonder where you are tonight. You want to pick a bit of that one, Clayton? Your heart was cold, you never loved me, though you often said you cared. And now you're gone to find another, someone who'll know the love I've shared. The rain is cold and slowly falling upon my window pane tonight. And though your love is even colder, I wonder how you are tonight. I wonder where you are tonight. You know, to finish off this first half of our show, Clayton, I'd like you to do a little bit of Before the Next Teardrop Falls. You want to try that one?
Yeah,
and that's in the key of A.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pass you your guitar.
Okay.
And let's see what you can do with that one. I think that was in the key of E, wasn't it? Old Freddy Fender, remember him?
I'm trying to think how it goes now. It starts.
If you give me happiness.
And you give me happiness, that's the thing that I love it. It's your happiness that matters most of all. But if she ever makes me blue, just remember I love you, and I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. I'll be there anytime you need me by your side to dry away every
while Clayton sings this one out,
you cry.
we're going to take a little break, and we will be back with you in very short order. So keep tuned in for all them old country songs. Sing another verse there, Clayton.
Si ta quieres verdad, esta da teresita, tereseño, el abuano, gualo dos, alosivo esera, a mí me buena gloria, ye pare, quella quando desisto. I'll be there.
What do daffodils do? They laugh at winter and spring right through. If they turn rainy skies bright sunny, then I can try to. That's what daffodils do. I can try to. That's what daffodils do.
You're watching Rogers Community 20, Brantford.
Well, here we are back again, Clayton, to do some more of that Pickin, Singin, and Grinnin. I'm having a good time, are you? I know the folks out there are sure having a good time. You know, where did this all start? You started when you were a little guy, you told me?
Yeah, in the Ottawa Valley.
The Ottawa Valley, yeah?
Yeah, around Pembroke.
Yeah?
Pembroke, and every year I still go back to Lake Dory, the old...
Yeah, isn't that wonderful? I got my start as a kid way down in Nova Scotia. As you know, I was born down in Cape Breton Island, and down there, if you don't pick a guitar, a fiddle, or play a piano, you're not part of it. You're just one of the trees. But anyway,
you worked in the mine too.
Oh yeah, I had a little mine experience.
Yeah, I thought I was going to say that.
Down there, which isn't the best type of life. You just earn enough money to feed your family and pay for the rent. You know, the roof over your head. You know, I just enjoyed that last tune you did with a little bit of Spanish talk in there. I didn't know you could speak Spanish.
Yeah, well, if you can talk French, you can talk Spanish.
You can talk Spanish. That's good, good. You know, there was a lot of writers around, and they all had different styles. And back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s was a time when all, as I said before, these country songs were written. And Tom T. Hall was called the storyteller.
Yeah.
And he done some wonderful tunes. The Day Mama Told Off the PTA, you remember that song? And
yes.
Calahatchie Bridge was another one of his. Here, I'd like to do one of Tom T. Hall's, which tells a beautiful story. And he was down into a tavern down somewhere in Miami, Florida. And he got the idea for this song, and he wrote it. And it's very good. It's called Watermelon Wine. And, how old do you think I am, he said. Well, I don't know. I turned 65 about 11 months ago. I was sitting in Miami, pouring blended whiskey down, when this old gray-black gentleman was cleaning up the lounge. There wasn't anyone around except this old man and me. The guy that ran the bar was watching Ironsides on TV. Uninvited, I sat down and opened up a line of old dogs and children, watermelon wine. Ever had a drink of watermelon wine, he asked. He told me all about it. I didn't answer back. There ain't but three things in this old world is worth a solitary dime: dap old dogs and children, watermelon wine. Women think about themselves when menfolk ain't around, and old dogs hard to find when they discover that you're down. He said, I've tried it all when I was young and in my natural prime. Now it's old dogs and children, watermelon wine. Old dogs care about you even when you make mistakes. God bless those little children, they're too young to hate. When he moved away, I found my pen and copied down that line: old dogs and children and watermelon wine. I had to catch a plane up to Atlanta the next day. When I left for my room, I saw him picking up my change. That night I dreamed in peaceful sleep of shady summertime, of old dogs and children and watermelon wine. What do you think of that story, Clayton?
I like that.
All
Pretty had me in
about
tears
water.
here, Joe.
Huh?
Pretty had me in tears, especially about the chain. Somebody nailed his chain. I was listening to that.
He picked up the chain.
Yeah.
Eh? You know, his tip.
Oh, it's there.
That was the gray
Oh.
black gentleman.
Oh, I see. I thought
But
he
you
was.
know, the one line in there that hits me is old dogs and children and watermelon wine. You know, old dogs come and lick your hand. You can give them a kick or
Yeah.
something or send them outside, but they'll come
They'll
back
come
and lick your
back.
hand. Children, always too young to hate. They don't even know what the
No.
word is.
Dudley, this is for you. He's talking
And
about.
anyway, we'd like to dedicate that to you people out there that appreciate old dogs and children. And I think we all do. You know, most of us think about singers and writers of old country songs, and there's been a lot of them around, as you know, today. And old Willie Nelson, we all know Willie Nelson, you know, he started back in the 50s. And Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain was one of his most popular songs. But you know, he's still going today.
He is.
You know, he sings that On the Road Again. And he did a tune with Julio.
Yeah.
Iglesias, I don't know how you say that.
Iglesias, yeah.
That's the guy. All those girls I had before, you
Before,
remember?
that's nice,
anything
yeah.
that- So Willie is still going. But you know, he wrote this song in 1951, I think it was. Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain.
Just-
Let's hear your rendition of that in the key of E, Clayton.
In the twilight glow, I see her, blue eyes crying in the rain. As we said goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. In a land that knows no parting, blue eyes crying in the rain.
Isn't that great? Willie Nelson, you know, he started off all clean cut, shaven well, haircut, everything so neat and
That's
tidy.
right.
And he never seemed to get anywhere. And all of a sudden, he let his hair grow down in a ponytail, and he started to wear this band around his head, and came out in shabby old clothes and that. The guy's made $1 million. In fact, I understood he owed the government $500,000, but he's got that all straightened out.
If we come on another show, what do you say you and I wear the worst garb we have?
No, I don't think we should do that. I
was
don't know.
nice.
I don't have much hair to grow. You know, my hair isn't that long to start with.
Well, mine either. But
Anyway, you know, earlier on one of our other programs, you did some yodeling, and we got a lot of phone calls about that. And he said, if you ever get Cleet back again, we'd like to hear him do some more yodeling. I'd like to tell you a little story. My little granddaughter, Jacqueline, she heard me play around with yodeling one day, and she said, Papa, would you teach me how to yodel? And she's a real good little go-getter, and I said, sure. So I said, okay, you hold your head back, and you kind of make your voice go, Ole.
Yeah.
And she went, Olo. I said, no, you got to go, Ole. And she come, Ole. And you know, within a couple of days, she was going around the house and driving her mother crazy with this yodeling. And she got pretty good. So anyway, I'd like to dedicate this to Jacqueline, and I hope that someday I'll teach her to play guitar and she can yodel away.
This
so
is
let's
one
do.
of old Hank Snow's.
Oh yeah. Good. Hank Snow.
From old Montana down to Alabama, I've been before and I'll travel again. Traveling with me can't keep a good man down.
Hey!
Hit the road and you miss the place, so hit the road and be on your way. Golden Rock is gonna roll my blues away. From old Montana down to Alabama, I've been before and I'll travel again. Riding with me can't keep a good man down. Hit the road and you miss the place, so hit the road and be on your way. Golden Rock is gonna roll my blues behind. I was a good engine running my time, but baby, I'm hitting to another line. Baby, never hang your cases out for me. Midnight specials, I burn the rails, so honey, don't try to follow my trail. Golden Rock is gonna roll my blues away.
Oh boy, I never heard the Golden Rocket sang with a yodel before, and I'm sure if Hank Snow was watching this show, he'll probably get out and record it again and do a little yodeling. He used to do some yodeling one time too. You know, I think we have a few more minutes, don't we, out there? And we'd like to do a tune here for all you folks who may be shut-ins, you know, the sick and the shut-ins that can't get out and are not as fortunate as we are to be able to walk and see the trees and the green and go to the park and do all those things. And we're hoping they all get well again and real quick. I used to do one time, May the Good Lord Bless and Keep You. Do you remember, was it Roy Acuff? Not Roy Acuff. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Don't matter anyway. But he did it, and we'd like to dedicate this one to you folks out there who may be shut in. We hope you get well real quick and you're back out on your feet. Just listen. May the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. May you find that long-awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, your fortunes 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk in sunlight shining. When it's moonlight on my cabin, I'll be waiting. When it's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there. For I know there is someone patiently waiting. When it's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there. Yes, folks, it's Singin', Pickin', and Grinnin'. For the next half hour, stay tuned to Cable 20, and you'll hear all your old favorites. Clayton Souliere, and yours truly, Joe Springall. Thanks a lot for your phone calls. Hey, Clayton, while you got your mandolin, how about giving us a little bit of Wildwood Flower to start the show off? Why not? Hey, that ain't dancing. You do the picking and I'll do the grinning.